Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple released iOS 18.6.1 to the public. Now, along with this, they only released one other update, and that's watchOS 11.6.1. Now, there is a reason why Apple released this update, but we're going to take a look at that in just a sec. But if we look at the file size of the update, this update was released with a file size of 431.4 megabytes. That is on my iPhone 12 in product red. Now, Apple released this update for the Apple Watches as well, for Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2, because it brings back the blood oxygen sensor that was no longer there since 2024. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the build number and we can talk about what's new. If I go into settings, general, and iOS version, the build number for iOS 18.6.1, the old build number was 22G86. We went from that build number to the build number of 22G90. And this may fix some bugs, but it really brings back the blood oxygen sensor for the Apple Watch. So if you have an Apple Watch Series 2 or Ultra 2, and an Apple Watch Series 9, you will have the blood oxygen sensor if you update your watch to watchOS 11.6.1. Now, I don't have an Apple Watch, but we're just gonna take a look in the Health app and see if we get any splash screens or anything to indicate this change. And it doesn't seem like we do. But if you have an Apple Watch, you should have the blood oxygen sensor in your Apple Watch if you update to watchOS 11.6.1 and iOS 18.6.1. Now, as far as performance with this update, there are no new features in it. It is a bug fix and stability update. So if we go into podcasts and we do some scrolling, everything loads up as it should. So everything works smooth. If we scroll in the app library, everything works as it should. Now, as far as when we can expect the next update from Apple, well, next week, I would expect the next update, and that would be iOS 18 or iOS 26 Beta 7. We're getting very close to iOS 26 being officially released to the general public. iOS 26 Beta 7, I would expect an official release on August 18th. After that, on August 25th, I would expect iOS 26 Beta 8 to drop. And that's not the only thing that I would expect. I would also expect invites to the iPhone 17 event, where we can see the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. We also can see the Apple Watch Ultra 3, Apple Watch Series 11, Apple Watch SE 3, and also new AirPods Pro 3. We can see all of those at the Apple event. And I am going to do a podcast tomorrow on Spotify where I talk about some of these new changes and what we can expect. I would expect the Apple event to take place on September 9th, but we will know this officially on August 25th if we get invites on that day. So make sure you guys follow me on Spotify, as I will do a podcast two podcasts every week. I will do a podcast on Friday talking about leaks and rumors for different software. But that's really going to be Sunday's podcast. I'm going to talk about in depth of when to expect invites for the Apple event. Tomorrow's podcast, however, is just going to focus on software. I may mention a little bit about iPhone 17 invites, but I'm really going to talk about some features that we gotten in iOS 26 Beta 6 and this update today with iOS 18.6.1. So make sure you guys stay tuned to my podcast and also subscribe to me on YouTube. I just hit 300 subscribers on YouTube. Right after I make this and upload this video, I'm going to do a live stream. I surprisingly, for a brief second, hit 300 subscribers yesterday, but unfortunately, I got knocked back down to 299 subscribers. And now it seems like I'm officially on 300 subscribers. So if you guys like the content that I post on the Hawkins Tech YouTube channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. As my next milestone, which is going to be 400 subscribers, November 16th is going to make a year that I've been on YouTube. That is a milestone that I can't wait to reach, because I'm going to have a very interesting live stream that day. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.